the only way to like go and pee was like either stop in the middle of the road of nowhere and just pee there.
Are very friendly, yeah, super friendly.
Yes, yes.
You know,
Everyone is like really willing to help.
people came all the way from Mumbai to Goa.
Yeah. Would you go and eat in your country from a street vendor? No, probably not, because you know
Yeah.
which places you can go and eat. So it's same here. Like people, there are certain people that would eat from street vendors, and some are people that won't.
Yeah.
इस वीडियो के अंदर मैं और सावरी बात करने वाले हैं इंडिया के बारे में, क्या क्या चीजें अच्छी लगी, क्या क्या चीजें नहीं लगी, ये सब कुछ है इस वीडियो के अंदर। लास्ट तक जरूर देखना और सब्सक्राइब कर लो गाइस चैनल को। धन्यवाद। नमस्ते, मेरा नाम अजय चौधरी है, मैं एक एक्टर हूं और इस वक्त मैं हूं गोवा के अंदर अपनी दोस्त सावरी के साथ। तो चलिए व्लॉग शुरू करते हैं।
So you like Indian buses and trains?
Well, Indian buses are quite challenging. I didn't know they were like that. Like, I took a bus from Agra to Rishikesh because it was like 8 or 9 hours long, and it was faster than taking a train.
Yeah.
And I booked a coach sleeper bus. So I thought, okay, I just can sleep the entire night and wake up and be in Rishikesh.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that buses here, not even for long journeys, didn't have a bathroom, a toilet inside. And yeah, that was quite difficult to travel because the only way to like go and pee was like either stop in the middle of the road of nowhere and just pee there,
Yeah.
or wait for 5 hours till the bus decided to stop, like a proper place. So yeah, that was like interesting to see because I was booking like the most expensive ticket in a bus with a bed with air conditioning but no toilet.
Yeah. You know, there was one story about that. There was time when I was traveling from Delhi to Gorakhpur. It's 900 kilometers away from, So I traveled from AC bus, and that also this much chilled. Okay, and you know what happened after every 2 hours? I have to go to pee again. And driver was like, "Hey, why you are going again and again?" So I was like, "Hey, cannot you just turn off your AC?" And in that they never turn off the AC. I don't know why they never turn off the AC. And even they do not give you blanket and other thing as well. So it's sort of like they are basically doing a torture to you. And at that day, there was a coward is there. In a Sawan month, when rainy season came, so it's 1 month. In that, every people walk from their houses to the river, Ganga river, and they have few things with them. So they were coming from that place. At that time, routes were just rerouting from one place to another. So at that time rerouting was going on, and it was 12-hour journey, and we completed it in 24 hours. So for 24 hours I was like every 2 hours, hey, please bro, please stop the bus. I'm begging you, please, please. So for 24 hours I was doing that thing. So yeah, I can understand. It's a very difficult thing.
Yeah, because I mean the I it never occurred to me that it wouldn't have a toilet inside of the bus because I got a blanket, I got a pillow, it had AC, it had like these kind of like rolling shades.
Yeah.
Like I had like all the luxury stuff but no toilet. So I was like, well,
Yeah, in India it's like that. In Peru it's common to have a toilet in
of
bus.
course, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you have asked.
it I mean, even the shape of the bus, like in on the inside, it was different because here you have like these kind of like pods where you have one people laying down
Okay.
and there's like a second tier, second level, where there's another person, and it's quite big. I mean, uh,
Yeah.
and the weird part is that that's from one side. From the other side, there's like room enough for two people, and I didn't know that you could just sleep next to some stranger if you book one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah, that was like, I was lucky to have like the one person only. But yeah, I can just not imagine sleeping in the same pod with some
Yeah.
random person.
And that too is not that much big.
I don't know, but I just saw it and I was like, wait, there's no separation between the two people. They're like sharing a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was weird to me.
But it's mostly for couples and all. It is good for couples and all, yeah.
I guess, but I don't know. It was just weird because buses in Peru, like especially the ones that they're more like first class airplanes. You
Yeah.
know, like there are seats that recline, so you are facing forward, but there are no two levels. And
Yeah.
if there are two levels, it's the same as seat,
Yeah.
and you don't see the person that is uh above or behind.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah.
So, we need to change a lot of things in India.
I guess so, yeah.
Thank you for sharing your issues with
You're
me.
welcome.
Talking about Delhi railway station. They
Train.
are very big and they are very confusing. So now you can tell me. Saori will going to tell me. Yeah?
um well, yeah, I didn't know it was massive. It not big is not the right word. It was massive. I didn't know it had so many platforms. But
Okay.
when I got there, I had the expectation that it will be kind of like going to an airport where you can have like a screen where you can see which platform you have to walk to. And I don't know if it was the side that I got into the train station, but I didn't see any. So I was
Yeah.
walking through all platforms, and I was only able to see like the little signs up above that have like the platform number and from where, or the destination, I think so. So I walked through all of them trying to find my train number. I couldn't find it, at
Yeah.
least not when I was walking, because there was no like general information, either
Mhm.
booth or screen. So I kept walking, I kept walking, I kept walking till the very, very end. And then I asked a woman, do you know where this train is like departing? And she just sent me to even farther away. I was even leaving the train station. And when I saw that I was leaving the train station, I had to ask another guy. So I asked him, I think I'm leaving the train station because I don't see any more platforms. So can you just help me and tell me where to go? And yeah, like Indian people are super friendly. Like they will always try and help you. That's what I've learned. So he took out his phone and he had an app where he was able to see which platform I had to go
Yeah.
to, and that's how I got to my platform, because the screens above were
Mhm.
showing like two or three different information, because it was just one screen, I think, for two different platforms. And whenever I was walking, I was
Yeah.
seeing some other information. I wasn't like staying 2 minutes on each.
It's like it's flashing it, and then they will going to show another train, and it's
Yes,
like that.
yes, but I didn't know that. I thought it was showing just one train information, so I just kept
Okay.
walking and I didn't see that.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, when I got to the main platform, I didn't know how to read the wagon name or the number.
Yeah.
So I saw it, that was my train, and I started to look for the seat because they have the seat numbers. Or
Yeah.
in this case, I booked a sleeper coach as well.
Okay.
So I tried to find the number that I had
Okay.
on my ticket. So I got into the one that I thought it was mine, and I think it was second tier. Yeah, second tier.
Okay.
I don't remember. So I walk in, and then I saw like three levels for beds,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is like quite small. And how can you fit three people there?
Yeah.
And when I got to to the number that I had booked, I remember was 38. There was someone sleeping there, and and everyone was like trying to like push and say, "Okay, just keep walking because we have to find our seat or
Yeah.
our seat."
Yeah.
And I said, "But I think someone is sleeping in my place." And he said, "Just wake him up. Just wake him up." So I woke him up, and I told him, "I think you are in my seat." And he said, "No, that's mine." I was like, "No." And so I showed him my ticket, and he was half asleep, so he looked at the ticket and he said, "No, no, no, it's not this wagon. You have to go to blah blah blah." He said another name, and I was like, "But it says 38." And he said, "Yeah, 38, but you have to look for this number." So uh, I felt so bad because I woke him up, and he was in the right place. I was the one
Yeah.
who was wrong. So I left. I walked all the way down, and it was a different. I mean, there was just one number difference. And when
Okay.
I got to my wagon, yeah, there were only two, no three levels. There were only
Yeah.
two, and yeah, so it was quite confusing because I didn't know it was like that. Yeah.
But people are very friendly, yeah, super friendly.
Yes, yes.
You know,
Everyone is like really willing to help.
people came all the way from Mumbai to Goa. They
Yes.
are this much super friendly, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe in other country this will.
Oh no, that would never happen. Like even if you are walking on the street and you ask a random person, "Oh, do you know what time it is?" They will just walk past you. I mean, they won't even look at their phones because in in other countries people are too afraid that if you're asking them for something or for help, you might get robbed because that's one of the ways they do it.
Yeah, and today what happened? One person asked me. He have cash money. He have 1,000 rupees cash. So he said, "Can you just transfer it on my bank account because I want the online money." So he have just given me that 1,000 rupees, and I just transferred that
Hmm.
to his bank account. So you
That
know,
would never happen because no, there's no way that could happen like in the western side because they might think, "Oh, he's giving me like fake money," or yeah.
so I think we Indians are very trustworthy.
Yes, yes, for sure.
You know,
Yeah, I can see that like everywhere. Like people, you can see that people are not into like doing bad stuff for just by looking at the houses. Like
yeah,
for example, in South America, it's common to see like electric wire, electric fences on top of the walls because people will just climb the walls and try to get into the
mm,
houses and just rob them. But here, no. I mean, like the walls are like quite low. Like people can easily jump.
yeah,
So I guess that's a good thing. It means that it's a pretty safe country.
yeah. It's a safe country, and people are trustworthy.
Yeah, many people have the wrong, especially in the western side, they
Yeah,
have the wrong idea about India. They have so many beliefs that are not true. Like India is a super dirty country. I mean, I've been to Delhi, to Agra, to Rishikesh, to Goa, and the yes, it's true. There are some parts that there's like garbage on the streets, but it's not like super dirty, and it's not like that everywhere. I mean, there are certain areas that are dirty, yes. uh then another thing is that people would say that there's like cows poop everywhere. That's not true either.
yeah. What is happening? it's same way. I told you about that. We heard a lot about America through Instagram. So maybe Western media, or I don't know who have done that thing, but they have done that thing. In creating Indian image like that.
Yes. Yes. In fact, when I told one of my friends that I was here, he was like, "Oh, didn't you get food poison?" I was like, "What? Why?" Because India is so dirty, and he started sending me these Instagram videos about like food vendors like are that are on the street,
Yeah.
and I told him it's not really like that. I mean, there are a lot of food kiosks on the street, but they don't look as dirty as on those videos. And I told
Yeah.
him maybe that's like from a really, really small town because you could see like the person that was making all the food was.
And it's 1.5 billion people living here. Okay, so it's maybe from any corner in India that video have been making. So how can you say that
Yeah.
that whole country is bad? It's 1.5 billion people are here. It's almost 1/7 of, not 1/7, even 1/6 of the population of whole world. It's 20, almost 20% population.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I told him, I told this friend, no, it's really not like that. I mean, not everyone eats from the streets, and
Yeah.
I've ate a lot of things from the streets. I just have to be like kind of like cautious about where, like for
Yeah.
example, I had ice cream, like some kind of like ice shaved ice cream. It was really good. Then I had the chai, the masala chai
Yeah.
from a street vendor. I had I had a bunch of different things from street vendors,
Yeah.
but I felt that I even had there was like some kind of there's it's kind of like a triangle filled with some veggies inside, and it's deep
Samosa.
fried. Yeah, that's samosa. So I had a samosa from a street vendor and said, "Oh, it will be fine because it's fried. So the heat is gonna kill like all the bacteria that is there. So
Yeah.
it will be fine."
Yeah.
So yeah, I took a bite from it, and it was okay. Yeah. So it really depends. Like I wouldn't be eating raw food from a street vendor
Yeah.
because I know that it's gonna be cold. All the bacteria are gonna be there.
Yeah.
So even if I have something from a street vendor that is it could be risky, I can take my precautions and just have probiotics or something after I eat it, so I
Yeah.
know that it won't be hurting my stomach. You know.
Even as an Indian, me also, I do not eat from everywhere. We just see that there are a lot of street vendors. They make a lot of good food. We eat from there. We just see one guy on internet. He's very unhygienic. So if we are seeing that thing that he's very unhygienic, so why we are going to go there and just eat from that place?
Yeah, and I told this friend, this is the same thing like everywhere in the world. Like you can find like street vendors that are super clean, or you can find street vendors that don't have like the minimum that is required
Yeah.
to deal with food, to prepare food. And I even gave him an example saying, "Oh, would you go and eat in your country from a street vendor?" No, probably not, because you know
Yeah.
which places you can go and eat. So it's same here. Like people, there are certain people that would eat from street vendors, and some are people that won't.
Yeah. So this is the end of this episode as well.